Bonjour, welcome back to French Cooking 2. Once again, we're going to be doing some more force meats. What is a force meat? A force meat is anything that's ground and highly seasoned. And when I say highly seasoned, I really do mean that. Now, when we were in class, we made the sausage. Remember, I kept telling you, add a little extra salt, add a little more. We used MSG in the sausage because that's a very, very typical thing in sausage making. Now, the other items we do the galantine, and today we're going to be doing the roulade. We're not going to use MSG, but I want you to understand that MSG is not a bad thing per se, but too much of it anywhere is a bad thing. So once again, we use it in recipes, especially in sausage making, which was, you guys did a really, really good job. That really proves that face-to-face classes is really the only way we can do this correctly. You guys. You took the initiative, you took your time, you made a very nice product. Everybody did. We did the samgyetang sausage. I thought was really good. We needed just to change some of that recipes, but that is a very sellable thing. That's something that you could make a name on. You could be known for that. So once again, I want you guys to start thinking that way. I did give you homework. That class, if you remember, gave you the pork recipe and to change it in some way or manner, and I still send that to the school web server, I guess. Yeah, we'll see. We'll try to do it, and do it for yourself. Really, I mean, that's all. Homework is not a punishment. It's I want you guys to see what you can come up with. I had some that favors up Huey bokum, your raw fish and rice. Vegetables, what's that called?
Bokum.
Is it Huey bokum? Raw fish.
Raw fish.
And rice, yache, bokumed, and you eat it cold, raw, R-A-W.
Bibimbap?
Yeah, it's like bibimbap, but it's raw fish bibimbap. And but anyway, they give you a little tong, and they give you sancho, right? And that really is like, to me, really the only Korean spice besides gochu is sanchu. And I don't know what else it's used in, besides like chuotang.
Yeah.
That was all the other places I've seen it with. And now I've had that soup before, and it's not always there, so it's kind of interesting. That's a very interesting flavor. Gaynip, Pirelli leaves. Gaynip's a very interesting flavor. Dulce, I mean, the dulce in sausages might be really, really nice. The dulce garu, that is. I've been thinking about this all the time. As a matter of fact, I ordered some pork's butt and fatback because I've been thinking about this a lot. It's been really, really good. But let's start out today's menu. Now, in the video, by the time you see this, you're going to know what a roulade is because I have a PowerPoint presentation that explains a lot of this stuff. Roulade means to roll. And in Korean cooking, kimbap is a roulade. The roll cake, which actually in English we call Swiss roll, that's very popular here. That's a roulade. Roulade means just anything rolled. So we really got a rolled chicken. 4 breasts, some gelatin powder. Now, if you see gelatin powder, that means it's going to be served cold. And the gelatin powder gives it a little body and fills in any gaps, air gaps. You fill it in with gelatin, just a little. Just a little like that. A basic force meat. Once again, by now you guys should be pretty much professional force meat makers, right? We got ground chicken breasts. Now we're not using fat back in here, but we're using heavy cream because you have to add some kind of fat into it to give it smoothness. Egg white, once again, gives it body. It doesn't give it color. Onion for flavor, garlic for flavor, and then some fresh thyme, basil. We couldn't get any sage. The purveyor doesn't sell sage, but we do have basil and thyme and some parsley. Sage is really good with chicken, and I'm really disappointed that we don't have it, but that's the way it is. The garnish, once again, garnish is not on the outside, always on the inside. Red, green, and yellow bell peppers. And what we're going to do is roast them and then small dice them. All right? These are very, very nice. Okay, we're going to swing over here. Take a little oil. Well, actually a lot of coat them nicely. I didn't wash them because you don't want them wet. We're gonna use a back burner. Nice and hot. This is where hot burners come in handy. What this is going to do, it's going to take off the skin, and it's going to add a smokiness, like a barbecue flavor to it. I really like roasted peppers. They make great salads and everything like that. Matter of fact, maybe we'll continue on the leftovers and make a salad out of it. Let me go wash my hands. Watch that. What I like about roasted peppers too is that you can use them not just only in salads. If you use them in a sauce or puree pepper sauce or anything like that, it gives it a really nice smoky barbecue flavor. Now it looks like it looks weird. You guys, what are you burning them? You go, yeah, I'm burning them. I'm going to burn them down. I'm going to burn them black. You guys smell that? You smell the smokiness? It's not a burnt smell. It's a really, to me, it's almost a sweet smell. It doesn't take that long, but it does take some time. Well, that's going on. I guess I'm going to clean my parsley and herbs. What's going on? You can swing it over here, I guess. There's a lot of time. You guys got a lot of time. This time is good per se. Yep, I'm sorry. I keep doing that. But it's very small. It's very, you see this is very light. Small leaves and everything. It's kind of like B grade. Take a lot of this, that's for sure. I can hear the peppers. See, the peppers got quiet. You can tell by the sound of what point they're at. They get very noisy when they're cooking. They're very quiet when they're done. In a way, too, this is like blanching them. It partially cooks them. This can be done in an oven, too, but it takes much longer in an oven, and it doesn't give it the real dark. If you did it in an oven, it'd come out like this blistery, and a little browning, which is fine if you have to do 2 cases of peppers. You gotta do 3, 4 cases, put it in the oven, turn the oven up real high, oil, and put them in there. But it doesn't really come out as good as what we want here. If you don't burn it, the skin really doesn't come off either. And you'll see how easy the skin comes off. If you do this on a barbecue, it's really nice too. Gives it a double flavor. Yeah. Well, I hope everybody had a good Chuseok. I think you're going to see this after Chuseok. I know that a lot of things are restricted this year, and please be careful. Let's try to get rid of this virus, and so we can be back back face to face forever. I was really shocked when they told us that this was going on, and not really ready for it. We ordered, a lot of the teachers weren't ready. We ordered a lot of food products quickly, but once again, with the holiday coming up, it's kind of difficult to get everything. So we try our best. Now this is that's 90% done. This is probably 100. Yeah, okay. See, pretty even black. You can't get everything cooked, that's for sure, but put this in here, put you in here. If you don't burn it, the skin doesn't come off. So even like a little patch like that won't come. Well, that will probably come up because it's so small. And then put it in there, and then the idea is to put a top on this. All right. I mean, you feel touch spot here.
Oh,
It's hot.
so
It's
hot.
really hot. Those peppers have a lot of heat. So, oh, my hat. Okay. The peppers themselves are going to start steaming, and as they steam, the skin's going to just come off, and then we'll rinse it off, and then dice it up. Okay. So swing back over here. This is definitely grade B stuff. It's very delicate. Very small stems. Maybe, I don't know. I think they just took this off the top. It doesn't necessarily. Thyme grows wild in like places like Italy. It'll grow everywhere. Greece. It'll grow up between like the cracks of sidewalks, just everywhere. And you know, as you walk, you smell it. You know, maybe that's why I like it so much too. To me, it's just such a Western flavor. And you've been in my classes, you know I usually put thyme in everything. They're usually fresh. The dry stuff really has no appeal to me, that's for sure. Same with rosemary. Dry rosemary is not it's okay maybe for like baked chickens and things like that, but overall I really avoid that. I don't use that much rosemary in class because you guys don't seem to like it. You like rosemary?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, maybe when we get back face to face, we'll use some rosemary. It's great with chicken, absolutely. And a lot of chefs put it in chicken stock. And once again, my sachet de spice doesn't have it in there, but it would not surprise me when you guys get a job somewhere. I guess we'll save this for stock. That the chef says we use rosemary. Not unusual. With bay leaf, basil, I mean. This is nice. This grows, I used to grow this when I was in Texas. Full sun, hot sun, this stuff grows really well. There's a red variety too, a red basil. That's pretty common in America. I've never seen it here. And it's a red leaf basil, so it's really good. And a little parsley, just because we're not having sage in there. This actually probably a little too much. Besides the flavoring, the herbs, because this is kind of like a fresh, light kind of force meat. The herbs itself add a lot of color and contrast. You'll see what I mean when we do it. Same thing with the bell peppers. Not only they add flavor, but they add a lot of color. Keeping it pretty big. Once again, don't really make garu out of it. I got a bowl here. We're lucky at school though, we do get a lot of good fresh herbs, and they are nice. Because if you get them in the market, if you go to like Top Mart or something, the stuff's half dead and expensive. Herbs are expensive here. They're expensive everywhere. So, okay, let's see what we got here with the peppers. Yep, they're almost, well, we'll let them sit a little longer. Let's see what else we can do. We need some onion and some garlic, but we're gonna use the grinder. We're gonna make the force meat, we're gonna grind it. So we can do you remember I was telling you yesterday about this? Yesterday I was talking with the film crew, and once again to all the students, that help all the teachers in every department get us through this problem of helping us with the filming. Thank you guys very much. Without your student help, there'd be a lot of trouble, that's for sure. And thank you guys once again. But we're talking about the onions. And school buys onions like peeled. Same thing with the garlic. And the garlic's not so much of a problem because in Korea, basically you only use chopped garlic. But in the Western cooking too, you get a whole garlic bulb and you roast that. You used to have it in Korea. You used to have the black garlic. Whatever happened to that? You ever see the black garlic?
Not these days.
Not these days, yeah, but like 5 years ago, it was everywhere. Restaurants had it, it's gone. Which happens a lot here. It's like the dark chocolate. Every place had black chocolate everywhere. Now it's just a few places and it's not even the good quality that it used to be. But yeah, I forgot about that. But I like roasting whole garlic in the bulb itself. But anyway, we're talking about, as once again, you're chefs, you're gonna be responsible for purchasing. And if you buy an onion like this, you can see here how it's aged and not gracefully. And plus now this whole outer end is all dry. It's good mirepoix, that's for sure, but that's about it. So basically you have to take all this off. Right? Already, well, it's like 10% loss on this. I mean, once again, you could use this for certain things, but you wouldn't really want to put this into salads or anything that you're not going to cook very, very well, or grind. Then you have this problem here where it's all browned out on here. And it goes even deeper. So if you're responsible, as a chef is, for purchasing, this is a lot in the garbage can, really. Like I said, yeah, you can use it in stocks and things like that, but not all the time you're going to have stuff for stock. You're not going to be making stock every day, and you don't need that much onion. Onion is a fairly inexpensive item, it is. But if I was in charge of purchasing, I'd get the skin on, because you're going to basically throw this stuff out anyway. So, once again, we're just using, this has very little onion and garlic in it. Which we'll grind in the machine, so. We got ourselves, we got the egg here, heavy cream inside, okay, fine, let's go clean this. We gotta go to a sink. Think it'd be easier just go to that sink? With the camera? Yeah, probably easier. A little more light. Now you got to be careful. When you do this at home, this will clog your sink. This will get into your sink and stop the water from flowing. So you got to be careful. You see how easy your sink comes off. Funny, I'm watching the camera. I'm watching the screen. You can throw on my face for a second. I'm looking at the screen as I'm doing this, and everything's backwards. I move my hand left, it goes right, and go right, and it's left. It's kind of difficult. So, back down. Okay, jump back down. All this will come over. And with the hard part to get off, might need a knife. This is, like I said, it wasn't burnt here, so it's hard to get off. So it's really important to burn it well. When we get it on the cutting board, we'll clean it up. Yellow comes out really nice. Red's beautiful. nice. Okay. That's nice water there. Nice power. Black on there. Okay. Something like this, you really don't have to worry about it too much. Little pieces. Split it. Count out this is called the ribs. The rib, the galbi. Let's cut out the seeds in the ribs. This stuff sticks everywhere. It really does, the black. So that's why I say be careful if you do it at home. It will definitely clog your drain. Your mother will be very mad. Oh, the smell of it. It's a pretty small red pepper, that's for sure. But that's okay. Red's an important color because it's very visible. Now the red here, a lot of this I did wasn't fully burnt. Not too bad. If you don't do it correctly, it's a nightmare. And once again, when I first did this, working wise, I did it in the oven and I didn't cook it long enough, and it takes forever to peel it. Because it seemed very strange to me to make it black, to burn it black. I looked at it like what is that, you know? But then he told me to do it, and I did a case of them, but I didn't burn them black. I kind of just gave them a light brown, and I couldn't clean them. It took me all day. Chefs are yelling at me. It was a long time ago, that's for sure. So I learned. That's what I'm saying. You have to. Sometimes you can't do it the way you want to do it. Do it the way the chef tells you to do it. There's a lot of reasons. This one's pretty clean. The green loses its color. It does. That's okay. I'm gonna give these a quick rinse. There's some balsamic vinegar in the refrigerator. Thank you. And another cutting board, just to. Yeah, the carbon sticks all over the place, so it's really hard to clean like I said, in the drains, it will stick in the drain, so you have a problem. The reason I asked for this, we got some this. I got some shallots and garlic. We're gonna need some for the garnish here. But we'll have some left over, even on regular onion. So what we're gonna do with like the pieces that are not square, because we want nice garnish, nice square garnish. Mix this into a salad. I'm sorry, guys. See something like this end here? Don't really need that so much. This one's pretty crappy. This one's a square off. The only big one was the yellow. The yellow was big. The red and the green were pretty small. Usually, well, greens are fairly small, but the reds are generally big too. And yellow, where are you? There you go. This red down there, good. Green's not as important as the other colors. See, the majority is yellow. I do have extra red, which is good. I thought that was all of it. Since this is the garnish, that's going to be folded in right at the end. That's going to be the last step, but we got it done now, so it cools off a bit. So these are going to be the prime ingredients in color and flavor, that's for sure. And then since I had a little left over, try to just get as much julienne out of it as possible. And this is, I mean, it's not necessarily the prime part of it, but there's nothing really wrong with this either. Some shallots and garlic. A little herb mix. Add a little onion to it. Two reasons. First of all, I like onion, but second of all, too, it gives it some body, gives it some crunch. Everything else is pretty soft because it's being cooked out. Two to one. Something you should know. 2 oil to 1 sea chum. That's a basic salad dressing. This is oil, this is vinegar. If you're using like apple cider vinegar or like rice vinegar, the ones that are very acidic, you need to add a little water. This is, first of all, this is really not chincha balsamic vinegar. I don't know, I think you guys probably know that by now. The real stuff is very expensive. And this stuff's kind of very sweet. Oh, this is good, this is pretty good. But it is sweet, so you don't have to worry about it. Some olive oil. Two to one. A little salt. A little pepper. What do you got there on time?
31.
20.
31.
Okay. Okay. Then part two, we'll start the force meat. You can set everything up. A little pepper. That's a big piece of parsley. It's okay for the roulade, but then this is for salad. This is actually very flavorful. This is very, very nice. Best marinated overnight. Okay, I think what we're going to do at this point now is come to an end, clean up everything, because we're going to make a force meat. We're going to use the grinder. Now, what's different about this, the reason why we're doing it this way too, is that the filling, the force meat filling is to be done very smooth. Can I have the puree? Just the base. Now this is not a very big one, and hopefully it works out okay, because it doesn't even come down to the bottom very well. But we'll kind of make it like a hot dog force meat, a very smooth, it spins well, that's for sure. A very smooth, like a hot dog type of thing. That's going to be the filling on the outside. And as with the galantine, we use the skin. What we're going to use is a chicken breast as a wrap on this. So it's going to be a little different in that way. Cooking, we're going to poach it. We're not going to poach it in stock. We're going to poach it. We're going to use a plastic bag. So once again, the reason, like the gelatin will stay in there and things like that. If we use the cheesecloth, all that's going to come out. So it's a little different method. It's a force meat once again. Force meats, I think by now you understand how much you can do with force meat. So many different types of things you can do with it. And in Korea too, I was talking to some students too. Odang. Odang? That's a force meat, you know, really in the purest sense. Sundae, I'm not sure. Because the sundae that I've had, there used to be a harabaji in Bansang who used to make meat sundae. You know, he had carrots in it, some peas, and all that other stuff. But he didn't put all the glass noodles. Like you get the cheap stuff, so it's glass noodles. So I don't know if that's going to be really. It's still a blood sausage. I kind of like sundae, but it's hard to find good sundae. It really, really is. The meat's like this guy. You know, he passed away. That was it. And that was the end of that. Okay, we'll wrap it up for now. We'll clean up, and then we'll get back to the force meat. Thank you.